What's up, y'all? JS here, checking in this Tuesday, October 8th, 2019, and the winter is rapidly approaching in the Northeast as well, anyway, and the days are getting shorter. So usually this is the time where I ramp up the drinking over the past few years, the narcotics, and the 5-year anniversary of an incident where I drank and I took 2 milligrams of Xanax and a milligram of Klonopin and a pint of 100 proof vodka and got into a car accident and got arrested 5 years ago for getting into a fight with people you aren't supposed to get into fights with. Jordan Peterson talks about the dark side of us. We all have an evil side. And mine came out even before I realized I had one. So that night was a recipe for disaster. Lost my teaching career after 14 years. Took out all my retirement. So I had to live. But in that year, 14-year teaching career, it included teaching Joyner Lucas over in Worcester, Mass. So I had fun. I did have fun. I got experience. Anyway, tonight at sundown is the holiest Jewish holiday of the year, the Day of Atonement, 10 days after the Jewish New Year, Yom Kippur. So to bring my rantings to a point, I consider myself Jewish by tradition, not by faith. And I feel that religion is for people who don't want to go to hell, and spirituality is for people who already been there. So upon reflection during this period of the year, I go to a quote related to resentment. I got some resentments. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it kills your enemies. That's Nelson Mandela. In the program, they say resentments are the #1 offender. In the earlier video that I said, I had stated that stress, in my eyes, when I do my clinic, open up my outpatient, that stress is relaxation techniques are key. I mean, Ryan Donnelly talks about it. For me, resentments are #2, followed by boredom, and of course there's people, places, and things. Which brings me to the mainstay of my video. My relapse prevention plan is something that's imperative. I have to do it. I have to get it done. Usually you go to a doctor and they do it for you, or your clinician, but I do have experience with writing. Been blessed with the ability to write, and I just know myself. So I'm going to go over today a relapse prevention plan and early warning signs. So I'm kind of working backwards. I am going to do a video. I told you before I'm going to do a video on cold turkey withdrawal from dope and how to get prepared for it. Ryan Donnelly does a couple videos where he gathers some stuff, and he probably has one whole one on it, but I haven't seen it. So I'm going to do it. I was talking to Derek Lambert, and he said it can never be overdone, so I am going to do that video. But right now I'm in the relapse prevention part of the process in recovery. So that's what I'm doing right now, this video, and I'm going to put some visual aids to it on another video. I got my floor done, so it's a big day. It's a good day. Not all done, but I'm able to be in my kitchen. I'll set this up I'm going to show you real quick. So I got the table right here, right there. There's my sewing machine in the corner. My table, and there's a table back here. So that's what I got. I mean, it's huge for me because it's been months. It's been months. Sorry about this. Months to get together, and now I can finally move forward and do my work in my kitchen. So do it to where, wow, I'm having troubles today, people. Where I can just have space and do what I need to do. So relapse prevention and early warning signs. It's huge, so huge. And what, again, I'm getting killed here, guys. Like the mental piece of this is the thing that is completely underestimated, for one, by me. I mean, I underestimated it for years. And something that is a daily maintenance. I mean, the program says it, but it's a daily maintenance. Even, I mean, again, I'm gonna another video, a preview is gonna be like the inner worm, the inner bully, resistance, self-destructive patterns. But I need to fight them, and I need to get this plan down so I can refer back to it physically, look at it. So 10 most common triggers of substance abuse relapse. 10 most common triggers. So a trigger goes into an urge. You're triggered by something, person, place, thing, phone call from someone you don't want to talk to. Alcohol. When I was heavy into alcohol, it's passing a bar, smelling alcohol. But for narcotics, it's different. It's similar, but it's different as far as it's not legal, so you're just not on every street corner, and you have to go search it. So it's definitely a process, and the process of relapse is the same for alcohol and narcotics, everything. So 10 most common triggers of substance abuse relapse. Withdrawal symptoms. So physical withdrawal symptoms: anxiety, nausea, physical weakness. Post-acute withdrawal symptoms: pause. Unfortunately, my family has experienced my pause. And anxiety, irritability, mood swings, it's all part of it. Poor self-care, stress management, eating, sleeping, hanging around people, places and things. We all know that. Uncomfortable emotions. This is where it gets very dicey. So now that we take drugs and alcohol out of our system, out of my system, and now what do I got? I got me. And for a while I did not like me, and I'm getting to the point to where I can sit with myself. I live alone. I don't have my cat anymore. I couldn't even take care of my cat. I had to give it to my mom. But that's what happens. Relationships, sex, anything stressful. Again, isolation. I'm a champ isolating, but again, I'm sure you heard this before, our heads are a dangerous neighborhood. Pride and overconfidence, thinking that you don't have a drug problem or that you beat it. Oh, I got this lick. As soon as I'm starting to think like that, that's when, that's a trigger. That thinking. So, relapse is a process. It's not an event. It's not an event. So in order to understand how to prevent this, we have to understand the stages of relapse. Relapse can start weeks, even months, before the event of physical relapse. So, early warning signs, 3 stages: emotional relapse, mental relapse, and then physical relapse. By the time you have that drink or drug in your hand, that decision was made long before that. So, and that's all, the smallest part is the shortest part in the process, the actual physical relapse. So an emotional relapse, you're not thinking about using, but everything's off. Like you're sad, angry, mood swing, anxiety, intolerance, anger, defensiveness. Again, mood swings, isolation, not asking for help, not going to meetings, and then poor self-care, poor eating, poor sleeping. And signs of emotional relapse are also similar to their symptoms of post-acute withdrawal. So that's pause. Post-acute withdrawal is after the initial hell, literal, of detoxing. This is what comes next, the pause, and that's the stage I'm in. It lasts a while for different people's. Depends on a lot. Depends on your eating, depends on exercise, depends on physical makeup, genetics. So early relapse prevention, recognize your emotional relapse and changing that behavior. Recognize I'm isolating, recognizing, that I need help, that I'm anxious. So relaxation techniques, practicing self-care, I mean, as silly as it sounds, to make your bed in the morning and brush your teeth. Brush my teeth, make my bed. At least if your day goes terrible, at least you cleaned yourself and you come home to a bed that's made. So, if you don't let go of your resentments and fears, do some form of relaxation, something. The gym, reading, watching TV, I guess. It doesn't do it for me, but for some people it does to get out there. It's so important. But you got to ask for help again. And if you practice self-care, these things come. They come. So the second stage is mental relapse. So in this, there's a war going on in your mind. Part of you wants to use, but part of you doesn't. And that's that fight. You know, Derek mentioned it. I was in the car with his brother, and he was down. Sorry about that. The war. That's that self-destructive part and that self-preservation part. So the self-preservation part says, I can't do this anymore. My life is a nightmare. I have no money. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm lonely. Basically, what am I doing here? So it's a terrible place, you know, to live a nightmare like that. So glamorizing, oh, I had fun that time. Oh yeah, that time was, you know, it was good. Lying, hanging out with friends you used to use with, thinking about, you know, like places that you used to use, thinking about relapsing, or planning your relapse around other people's schedules. So this is all going on. This is the mental part, mental piece, and it's hard. It's hard, you know. But what's the alternate? You know, what's the alternate? So techniques for dealing with the mental urges. So there's a couple of them. A couple techniques. Play the tape through. Think about using the fantasy. You have just one drink. But if you play the tape through, and I've done this a lot, this is pretty much my go-to. I just have to kind of almost see myself doing whatever, and then understanding where I was after. You know, it takes some practice, but it definitely works. Call someone, tell someone you have the urge. Anyone. You know, again, at the end of my videos, all my videos, I say reach out. You know, family, friend, doctor, group meeting. You know, this is the time. So if you're not living in joy, we're in mental relapse. You know, this is the time. Like, the emotions are already there. You're all over the place. Oh, if I just had one drink, or if I had just had one shot, you know, I could, you know, this would be fine. But it's not. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Distract. Occupy. Go call a friend. Go to a meeting. Go for a walk. Just don't give in to the urge, because that trigger turns into the urge, craving, and then we're in the relapse game. Wait 30 minutes, and again, all these are hard, and this is things that I myself have to put into practice. And if you're doing these videos, this is half selfish. Like, I look at these videos and I say, okay, you know, this is what I'm doing, this is what I need to do. If someone gets something out of it, awesome, you know, bonus. But you know, I do want to help other people and send a message, but again, physician, heal thyself. So, you know, when I do open the center in Framingham, I do have a plan, and I can say, okay, this is what I did, and I can say I have experience with writing treatment prevention plans and treatment plan of action, relapse prevention plan and treatment plan of action. So, recovery one day at a time. This is huge. I have a buddy who texts me every day, 24, and variations of the number or the words, and it's definitely a reminder to just keep in the day. And I say this a lot, that it's hard for me being a visionary, looking so far in the future. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. You know, to envision that, and then to say, wait, I have to just worry about today. So that's kind of something I deal with on a daily basis, but it gets better. I've been getting better with it, and I can rein, you know, myself in. it helps not to have people, around that are busting my balls about what I'm doing, so I can kind of be, in a direction that I want to go, and I know that's positive, and I don't have to worry about the negativity. So, I'm grateful for that. Right now, and I'm going to get into it, the BEMES, my BMES, body, mind, emotion, spirit, and those of you first joining me, namaste, welcome. My body, mind, emotion, and spirit, the 4 components to a check-in, my daily check-in. I haven't been doing the videos daily, but I will get back to it very soon daily. So, body, mind, emotion, spirit, my numbers right now, body 7, mind, mental 8, emotion 6, and spiritual, I guess, a 6. So 6, 7, 6, 6, 8, 6, 6, 8, 6, 6, 7, 8, 6, 6, something like that. It's fine. It's right around there. It's a little below average, but I just need to eat. I need to work. I'm going to therapy tonight. I'm going over to AdCare, Boston. So that's what I got for now. And relaxation. I got 2 things. Almost done. Relaxation. So relaxation is huge. Important part of relapse prevention, because when we're tense, we do what's familiar and wrong instead of what's new and right. So when tense, repeat the same mistake. We tend to repeat the same mistake, but when we're relaxed, we're more open to change. We can say, okay, this is my life now. And then the physical relapse. Once you start thinking about relapse, if we don't use those techniques, if you don't play the tape forward, tell someone you're having urges, distract yourself, wait 30 minutes, keep it in the day, relax, then it goes to physical relapse, and it doesn't take too long. Going to get a drink, calling your dealer, calling your dude, and then it's off to the races. So, quote that I have: press on. Press on. I read this before, but press on is on my notebook, and press on is the thing that gets me through whenever I have resentment, angry with someone, feel like giving up or burn down the house, as I am very good at. I press on. Press on. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. That's what I got. This is what I do. This video ran way longer than any of my other videos, going on 20 minutes. I apologize, but I had to get it out, and relapse prevention is huge. And again, I watch these videos over and over again, so to see what I'm doing, what I need to do. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful today to have opportunities. I'm grateful to get this floor done. I'm grateful for the support I have. I'm grateful for the connections that I have. And when I say connections, I don't mean drug connect. I pulled cut all the plugs. So, but definitely happy for that. Grateful, humbled, and just every day I just have to not let that ego get ahead of me, because it will kill me. The ego is very deadly. My ego is deadly. So, hope all live and enjoy. If not, make a call, send a text, write an email, take a walk, reach out, family, friend, doctor, group meeting, social media, and stay hydrated. Don't text and drive. JS, signing off.